Hey everybody, welcome back to Marsh RC. This video today is brought to you by White Rose Hobbies. We are currently filming in the indoor crawler course. I have a mic on today, so hopefully the audio is pretty good. But without further ado, this is the brand new Traxxas 6x6. This is the first delivery, as you can see in the tag over there on the box. This is the black one. We're going to be getting into it here in a second. But before we do that, let's go ahead and just cover all the box sides like we would normal. Obviously on this side you have a picture of the truck. On the reverse side, picture of the truck. On this card right here, we'll go down through it. Tells you basically what's included in the box. So you got the typical TQI radio, the XL5 HV ESC, the waterproof box and receiver, the high-low range transmission gears, the T-lock remote locking differentials, the torque twist eliminated portal gears, the longer wheelbase due to the 6x6, the dual locking rear axles, 6x6 capacity, factory installed light kit. And then on this side, just going to give you a little bit more of what's in the box as far as, some more radio stuff, 3S capable, Titan 21 turn 550 reverse rotation, Traxxas link enabled if you get the Bluetooth or the Wi-Fi module, Bluetooth module, and then obviously you need batteries and a charger. So that covers the box. Now let's get this sucker open. So a little bit about this truck. It is obviously a 6x6. It still has the locking and unlocking differentials. The two rear axles actually will operate as one. They do not lock independently. I'm actually kind of happy about that. I think it'd be kind of a pain to have a third micro servo in there that would be controlling that one. So here we go. I did want to get the remote out because I am going to throw batteries in the truck and the remote to go over to show off the lights. Let me get this body uncovered. I'm not going to worry about the bumpers right now. So here it is, guys, girls, whoever's watching. There we go. And there you have it. This is the brand new Traxxas TRX4 6x6. I really like these wheels. These wheels are really nice looking. Give you a little up close on them. They're really nice looking. The tires actually don't look half bad either. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of like the tires. They do come vented. I don't know if you can hear that. But the tires are already vented. So this is the G500 that just came out. This is basically the same body, just with the extended for the 6x6. On this truck, really, it's not super different from a standard TRX4 minus a few things. Obviously, you have a different skid on the front. You have the different skid on the rear here. You have, obviously, it's a 6x6, which is the biggest difference. But as far as the chassis itself, not a whole lot has changed. The one thing that I like about this truck over, say, the Axial 6x6, the Axial 6x6 accomplishes it by just adding a frame extension to the rear for that last axle. You can actually see, I noticed it when I was pulling out of the box. This one is a legitimate 6x6 frame rail. So the frame rail actually goes all the way to the front, all the way to the rear. It's a solid frame rail. It's not an extension. This axle here is obviously a new axle. It's the pass-through axle for that middle axle. Shorter drive shaft there in the center. But as you can see here, here's that longer wire that goes back to this one. And I'm trying to see where they connect or intertwine. Okay, so there we go. It's two solid cables, or two separate cables all the way back. Sorry, just the camera. But they both connect to one servo right here. So they both connect. There's just one at the top and one at the bottom. Obviously, the rear fenders are all one rear inner fender, which is actually really cool. The one thing that I'm wondering is if you want rock lights on this, because I'm wondering if they're going to make a separate rock light kit for this one versus something else, because you have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 spots for rock lights as opposed to the 8 that come in the standard kit now. But you obviously had the nice side steps here. You have the exhaust pieces there coming out underneath. Give me a second. I'm going to take my mic off so I can grab my batteries. All right, we're back. So I'm going to hook this up real quick to, basically I just want to kind of see and show off the lights a little bit. I actually haven't seen these things lit up in person yet, so I'm kind of interested to see how they look when they're all lit up. And I'm just going to plug in a Traxxas 5000 milliamp. Maybe. There we go. So as you can see on the inside of the body, all the lights are already installed. It goes to this one single wire right here. So you only have to plug this one in. Turn the truck on. There we go. So as you can see from just turning the lights on, you do have side marker lights, which are really nice looking. You got your top lights. You got your front lights, obviously, in two different sections. Let me see if I can angle it to kind of show that off a little bit. Sorry, it's hot out here. So there you go. You got your regular light right here, and then you have a little strip of lights underneath of that. You got your markers on the hood, and then you have your back marker lights, or your tail lights as well. No marker lights in the rear, which is slightly disappointing. You can see they use the decal right here and a decal right here. Would have been nice to see them in there, but it's nice to see that for the price tag that this thing is coming in at, which is $499 or $599.99. Sorry, $599.99. $600. You get a Traxxas TRX4 6x6 with, you know, the locking diffs, the new body, and everything else with it. It's a fantastic looking truck. So it's going to come in two colors. It's going to come in this black color, which is the $600, and then there's going to be a silver one. The silver one actually comes in a little bit more. That one's $619.99. So for $20 extra, and the reason what they did is they actually hand painted it on the outside, I believe, because what they did is they actually painted on the inside like a normal body, silver, and then they painted the outside silver with regular paint, or, you know, Lexan paint, so that it gives it kind of a matte color look. And the reason that my rep said they did that is because they wanted it to be a matte color, and they painted it on the front, on the inside and the outside, so that when it scratches, you know, you'll see silver through the scratch, and it'll kind of weather itself out a little bit. But other than that, there's not a whole lot that I really want to go over with this truck right now. A few things that I'll hit here before we leave are the articulation on this thing is actually still there. You actually get right here, this wheel right here is just now starting to lift off the ground. So that's not horrible. It's about 4 inches, but I mean, you can go all the way up to about here, which is a solid, you know, 6 inches or so. before the back wheel starts to lift off. That's actually really good articulation. So it's nice to see. And the back one will actually lift up, I don't know, 2.5 inches or so before that middle one starts to lift up. Same thing here. And like they're all very nice articulated. They come with them standard TRX4 shocks, which, you know, everyone who has any experience with them knows that they're actually really good shocks. And a lot of guys actually have taken these shocks and swapped them onto their other trucks, such as like their Viteras or SCX10s or whatever the case may be. The shocks are actually really good. The windows are tinted. Let me unplug this so you can see. But they are tinted, so they are technically clear. What I'd really like to see is an interior made for this. Obviously, there's plenty of them out there that are going to be able to fit into this one. They just don't have it currently. But you have all your nice molded. I would have liked to see the side mirrors swivel like a lot of companies are starting to do nowadays, so that you don't break them off quite as easy. But we'll give you another shot of the interior, or not the interior, the inside of the chassis here. There is plenty of new parts in here, just nothing, you know, outside of a typical TRX4 to really note on that axle. We have a new chassis piece here. This looks like it's from the old, one of the older TRX4 models. So it really looks like what's new is the front and rear bumper, the front and rear skid, the rear inner fenders, the side steps, the exhaust, obviously the pass-through axle, the wheels and tires are new, the body's obviously all new, the short rear axle back here is new. You still have your spot in the front to mount, you know, a servo, winch, or a shorty battery up front. The nice thing, like I said, is it comes with a light kit already installed, which doesn't sound like a huge deal, but those of you who have bought a Traxxas light kit know they're not cheap. They're like anywhere from 60 to 80 bucks. So it's nice to see that included with this truck. Sorry, I just had like a hiccup there. So it is nice to see that that's included in this truck. I do think that out of the two 6x6s, obviously I haven't seen the axial one yet, but from pictures alone, I liked this one more. Now that I've seen this one in person, I really like it. So we'll see when we get one of the axial ones in and we can do a side-by-side in-person comparison of the two. But other than that, guys, that's going to be about it for this video. If you have any questions, you know, shoot a comment with any questions that you may have. If you're wanting to pre-order one of these things, make sure you check out whiterosehobbies.com. They're going to be able to pre-order them. Check them out on Facebook. As always, guys, like, share, subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one.